The blog from the desk of Donald J. Trump is shut down less than a month after its launch. And according to Trump senior aide Jason Miller, it will not be returning. In an email to CNBC, Miller added that the blog, quote, was just auxiliary to the broader efforts we have and are working on. NBC News Washington investigative reporter Scott MacFarlane joins me now with the very latest. Scott, good to have you with us on this and much more. At least one judge has actually cited Trump's blog in continuing to keep some people arrested for the January 6th insurrection behind bars. Could this have any impact on their cases?
Now, Eamon, it depends if he finds a new platform. Just that blog about the big lie from Donald Trump was a big problem for some of the defendants in the January 6th insurrection, who happen to be some of his most ardent supporters. Judges cited the ongoing denial of the legitimacy of the 2020 elections in holding those defendants pre-trial in jail, despite their request to get out. Donald Trump's ongoing denial of the election. In one case, the judge says Donald Trump was the sole source of information for one of these defendants, and she ordered him held. But also, Donald Trump seems to be raising unreal expectations for some of these defendants. We're talking with defense lawyers who say there are defendants in jail right now who think Donald Trump is going to come on in and get them out, get them clear of these charges. And Eamon, one other note, I have one attorney who says the group of defendants in the D.C. jail, some of them have become the worst ever jailhouse lawyers, coming up with their own legal strategies that revolve around Donald Trump.
Incredible. Listen, I want to ask you about Paul Allard Hodgkins, because earlier today, of course, this was a man who was photographed carrying a large red Trump 2020 flag inside the Senate chamber during the riot. Earlier today, he pleaded guilty to a single felony charge. In exchange, the government dropped 4 other felony charges. Tell us more about this plea deal, and are you hearing of any other significant plea discussions?
Eamon, this was not one of the bigger cases, but this is a very big deal. Paul Hodgkins from Florida, now the second person out of about 460 defendants to plead guilty. But in the plea agreement, he does not agree to cooperate or help with the investigation. He's going to plead guilty, sign the statement of facts, and likely could face prison time and paying for some of the damages here, but doesn't have to cooperate. We're told unequivocally by federal prosecutors they're going to extend plea offers to other defendants, including those accused oath keepers facing conspiracy charges, very serious charges. Will they have to cooperate? There's one other plea deal signed, which with an accused oath keeper. He does have to cooperate, Eamon. In fact, there were references in the court hearing. He's getting witness protection while he does so.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and if these stories don't continue to get more and more bizarre, there's even a new twist. One of the defendants in the Capitol Hill riot, Richard Big O Barnett, pictured here with his feet on a desk in Nancy Pelosi's office, has now created a website offering gifts in exchange for financial contributions to his legal fund. What more can you tell us about that, Scott?
Eamon, he's not the only defendant to start one of these websites to raise money for a legal defense. He, according to the website and his attorney, willing to sell autographed copies of that photo with his feet on the desk in Pelosi's office for $100 donations. And he says Trump supporters are being made to seem like domestic extremists and that he wants people to rally around him and send him money. There's another defendant, an accused oath keeper, who appeared in court yesterday. He also has an online fundraiser. Eamon, it's raised nearly $250,000 already, and mostly from anonymous donors.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. Let me one final one for you, Scott, to throw your way. According to a list obtained by the Washington Post, you had at least 20 Republican senators who would not meet last week with the mother of fallen Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, who died of natural causes after the riot. I know you've got some new reporting from the Capitol Police on other officers' conditions nearly 5 months after the insurrection. Tell us what you know about that.
Eamon, this information is exclusive to us. Speaking with Capitol Hill sources and union members of the Capitol Police Force, they tell me 10 officers remain off the job with injuries sustained January 6th. That doesn't count those who were traumatized and back on the job, but 10 people who were injured seriously enough that nearly 150 days later, they remain off the job. Eamon, it's worth keeping in mind, this is an understaffed police department to begin with, nearly 300 fewer officers than they're authorized to have.
Incredible. Scott MacFarlane, always great. Thanks for the report, and keep us updated as these developments continue.